I think it froze. Did it freeze? Oh, damn. Can y'all see me now? Put a one in the chat if you can see me. I just want to make sure. I was like, what the heck happened? Like, my screen went black, and I was like, here we go. Hopefully y'all can. Okay, you can. Okay, perfect. Welcome everybody. Welcome. I know a lot of you are wondering, like, okay, what the heck happened? Why are you canceling the documentary? Listen, at this point, I am happy in my life. I want peace in my life, and I don't think this documentary is going to bring peace to me. So for my own sanity, it's best I just say, hey, y'all can have this shit. I don't even fucking want it. What's up, everybody? It's your boy AT2 here, bringing you another episode of Talk the Real Deal with AT2. This is actually the backup channel, y'all. I just got the same setup and everything like that, but y'all know what you're watching. What's up, Demetria? What's up, Lisa? What's up, Winnie? What's up, Jackie? What's up, Darcy? Tasha? Enlightening. Sorry. Super K. Who else we got here? Edna, Ronnie, Smooth, Jella, Kita. Hello. All right. So as you guys know, on the other day I had mentioned about doing a documentary. I was kind of inspired by all this stuff that has been going on, and that moment in time, and I don't change what I think at all. That moment in time, that was epic. That's some shit that will never happen again the way it happened. The whole panel breaking up versus trying to find out who the avatar is, and then all these characters started sprouting out. And that was a wild time back then. Now, fast forward to today, I'm like, F this shit. Like, y'all can have it. I don't want any confusion. And here's my personal thought, and I'll tell you guys why I feel this way. So yesterday, Deb had an anniversary. Congrats on your 5 years. He had an anniversary of, him being on YouTube, right? And so then they got into the whole topic about the tea mess and stuff like that. And Princess originally was up there, and she was saying that, and she said this on my channel, that basically you have all these people bringing it up and regurgitating it and like just let it die, be over with it. And then Cups clicked on the panel and was all like, well, these same people are being harassed by a certain person, so why do they have to like not talk about it, or they can't discuss it? Like, people discuss old shit all the time, which they do. That's right? So I'm more or less in the middle. I don't want to say they were fighting, but definitely they didn't have an understanding at all. I don't want to use the word fighting so loosely, but they didn't come to like an agreement. And Deb is in there, and he's like, well, I know the real story, and you can't tell the story without me. I'm the most important person. Listen, I don't want no confusion. I just thought this was a fun thing, especially because I was doing a meetup in Vegas anyway. I was all like, oh, well, I can have people fly in, and then they can do interviews that way instead of me flying into the people. Like, it just makes more sense for them to come to the location where I'm going to be, right? So with thinking about it, I was all like, if it's going to be all of this just for a documentary, I don't want no parts. And I don't want nobody to say, oh, you got the story wrong and oh, you should include me. Listen, I didn't hear none of these motherfuckers say, hey, AT2, I got $1,000. I got this, I got that. I already have someone willing to film. I was going to bring my own lighting. Like, I've already put stuff into motion. Now I'm like, fuck it. I don't want it. What's up, Candy Shop? I'm like, fuck it. I don't want it. I don't want no parts. I rather enjoy myself while I'm in Vegas and not worry about working. And not to say that I won't go live or anything like that, but to do that and extend myself that far for people who wouldn't even respect it. So that's how I feel. Um, so with that being said, I understand that this brings up a lot of emotion and this brings up a lot of, past tensions and stuff like that. So I definitely understand why some people are like, oh, please don't bring this shit back up, right? And then I see the other narrative where it might be therapeutic. And also, it's like some people weren't able to tell their story or get their side of the story out. So I thought that, this would be a good way of doing it by doing a documentary. And mind you, it wasn't anything I was thinking like I was going to get paid or make money off of this. Ad revenue would have been something, right? But I didn't plan on making a ton of money or anything like that, right? And so my thing is like, it would technically, this would be a loss. And I don't think that the stress of having people be angry or mad or upset, mind you, all you can do is tell your truth. That's the point, right? You tell your truth. And like I said, everybody would have been able to give their side of the story. At this point, for the stress and everything, like, I don't want it. No, thank you. I live a stress-free life and I continue, and I wanted to continue that way. So as far as that documentary, oh, that shit's in the trash. Y'all do your own fucking documentary. Now, the one about the black church and the church hurt and stuff like that, I still want to do that, right? And I have to talk to Queen B more about that. I still want to do that, right? But the all about the teeth thing, I'm just like, let that shit go. I'm like, I'm done. Listen, it seemed like Maggie got a hold of it. I guess she's doing seasons, right? And my story is gonna be in season 4. So like, and this kind of speaks to this because again, like I said with Princess and Cups, I understand both of their perspectives, right? I'm more in what's up, Rosie? I'm more in this perception about when it comes to like the newer people. Hold on. Oh, I don't even know how that video came up. That was the video I reviewed. Go on my main channel, you'll see it. But anyway, I'm like, all these new people who weren't even there during this time period are talking like they know what happened and what's going on. Because I can even say, and I'll give you an example. Maggie, there's some things I'm all like, no, that's not accurate, or that's not what happened with me, or I don't recount it that way. But it's all like, I don't want to have that conversation with her about trying to get it right. I don't care because I don't care for her, right? Now, if it was somebody like Cups who was in charge and like wants to do it on her own channel, I would be down for that because she was around. But Maggie, I'm not extending myself to somebody like that. No, thank you. Whatever story, and again, I'm not saying Maggie can't cover it or talk about it. Whatever version of story that she got, go ahead and tell it. I don't care about correcting it at all. But I would feel more comfortable with, hey, let me make sure that I get the story from you, and then I can tell, well, this is a statement that AT2 gave or whatever. So, if Maggie want to do a documentary, go be my guest. But um, yeah, that's how I feel about it. Now, if them talking about the past drama and stuff like that, I think it would be different if like they were bringing in some of those people and like, hey, let me interview you and stuff like that. I know they talked to Deb, but like if it was more people involved during that time and they were kind of spearheading or taking control of this, I think it would be better. I don't know if Maggie cares that much about what happened. I think, and let's just be frank about it. Basically, the end goal that more so Maggie wants. My perception was that I wanted just to tell the story and tell it how it happened and how all this crazy shit went down, kind of reminiscing on like how YouTube was during that time. I think more or less for Maggie, it's all like I'm trying to connect the dots to find out who Danny is. Now, if you want to tell the story, that's one thing. But if it's like to connect the dots and trying to figure out who Danny is, then I feel like that story is not going to be accurate. So for me, I'm all like, at this point, yeah, I don't care anymore. You know, and like I said, no, I was gonna do this documentary out my own pocket. Like all they had to do was show up to the meetup, record the interview, and then they funky asses and go home. Now I'm like, fuck yeah, stay your ass at home. I don't want no parts, and I don't mean fuck you as in like I hate them or anything. It's just like, listen, I don't want to deal with different personalities and shit like that. F you in that way. That's what I mean, right? Maybe F fuck you is not the best word, but you get what I'm saying, right? So yeah, with all that headache, hiccup, all that shit, I'm like, yeah, it's not worth it. Y'all can have it, take it, whatever. And I would still say that this would be a good idea. If somebody else want to do it, do it. I'm not gonna be like, oh, you stole my idea and all this. No, do it. But for me, I'm just saying, like, I can pass on this. Like, it ain't that serious for me. Like, I'm like, I can pass on it. But I still support the people who were involved in the situation. I support them, doing what they need to do or feeling like whatever they need to do. When it comes to outsiders, what I want to say is just listen to the people, get the stories. Like I'm pretty sure you can reach out to any one of us and get the story. There's way of contacting people who were around during that time. So if you want to do that. But other than that, I'm like, yeah. Super pass. That's probably, yeah. That's probably a better way of putting it. But yeah, I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'd rather move on to something else. So how do you guys feel? Listen, I'm not mad or anything like that. I'm just like, yeah, hang it up, flat screen. Yeah, I'm done with it. Maggie just trolling for content, grifting, lying ass. She always to give her free intel. No. Listen, Darcy, I want. Let's be clear. No, that's why I said I'm going to be a part of season 4. I guess when she tells the story, I don't care about correcting anything. I'm not going over there to correct nothing. Like, yeah, I don't want any parts of that. No. Like I said, if somebody else is doing it and they want me to be a part of it, I'll do it. But Maggie, no. No, not Maggie. Absolutely not. Maggie has always shown us who she is, and she doesn't care about truth either. It's about making money for her. Yeah. I love your choice in choosing peace. Thank you. Who's gonna help her with the big words like and the um I think keep your mental insanity, leave it be. Yeah. And again, let's be clear. I'm not saying that she can't do whatever she can do whatever she want to do. I'm just not helping with it. Like that's it. I'm not here to fill any gaps. Nah. And I think for me, I tried the whole thing like, oh well, she's just playing around, she's just kidding. No, that woman is evil. All the same stuff that I say about the judge can be applied to Maggie. So with that being said, yeah, I want no parts. Speaking of actually, no, I'll do that behind the membership. Actually, no. I'm not gonna give her any free promo. Why would Vaggie? Was that on purpose? Vaggie be the one making the dot. I guess she's gonna translate it in French. I don't know. She's the translator in French, I guess. That documentary is gonna be like. Yo, I'm telling you, listen. And I think that's another thing too. I have I have basically kind of I don't want to say that well no, this is true. Like when things are brought up from the past, like does it bother me? In a way, but not really because I have overcame it, right? Where I feel like other people, especially the people that were involved with all about the tea and all that stuff, I feel like they have not healed. Like when I was listening to Princess Cups and why did I want to call him Donald? So Debonair. When I was listening to them, I was all like, oh, these people are still hurt. And I'm not saying that they shouldn't be hurt, right? But that was some traumatic shit. I'm one of those people where it might affect me, but I'm gonna pretend like nothing happened and I'm just gonna move on and bury it underneath bury it underneath the bed or something like that. Like that's how I kind of more work out things to where it's all like, okay, yeah, that shit was traumatic, but I'm gonna pretend like that shit didn't bother me, right? Thank you. I appreciate that. And happy 4 months. She can't wait for AT to see. They're gonna have me like smoking crack or something crazy. I'm telling you, it's gonna be something wild. They were never vindicated. I definitely understand where. Yeah, and that's the thing. In Candy Shop, that's the other part of it. They were never vindicated. But again, if they were doing it, that would be one thing. With it being Maggie, I'm like, because honestly, does her white supremacy audience actually care about black people like that? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. I had to bring that up real quick. Does her white supremacy audience really care about what happened to these black people and how they're hurt and not? And they don't care. They don't give a damn. This is content for them. Like and again, they don't even know who these people are. Like when we bring up Hear Her or Marcella and these different, like they don't even know who they are. So it's kind of like it's not sticking like grits because it's not the people who were around that time that would even understand what really went on. And again, you need all the characters too. That's another thing. And let me take that back. No, you don't need all the characters because, like, for example, It's not like I was gonna be able to get Monica to do the, like it wasn't like I was gonna be able to do Monica. But I mean, she's kind of like the main character, so you could go around if you had other people, right? In all documentaries, you don't have all the people involved, like, but you're able to tell the story, I beg your pardon. Right. For me, things I've gone through on YouTube, I've just moved on and changed sectors and took a break. Yeah, and Candy, you went through some shit. But like you said, you just moved to different sectors and you took a break and you moved on. That's how you handled it, right? And Candy, you don't take me as a person who wants revenge either. I miss Hear Her too. I was all like, if we had Hear Her, like Hear Her would, man. Someone told me Hear Her is around, but she just doesn't put out content. But if we had Hear Her, like really, like, listen, if Maggie could get Hear Her on her channel, I will apologize for everything I've ever said about Maggie. If she could get Hear Her back, back to the sector. Yep, she disappeared. She's still doing content. Are you sure? Why Princess just be lying about shit? Because no goddamn Hear Her is around. Because I would be watching her page right now if she was around. Hear Her. unless it's talking shit about me. But I mean yeah, I don't see. And you know what the funny part is? And I wouldn't blame her if she did this. If she created a whole new persona and pretended to be somebody else just to avoid all this bullshit, I wouldn't even be mad at her. No, I let God handle my battles. I laugh out loud, real talk, my peace comes first. Where is Heather? Who is Heather? Oh, you probably meant Hear Her. I was like, where is she? I need her channel name. She is on others platforms. Okay, but she's not putting out content though. Now, I was gonna say, now that's somebody who could really connect some dots and stuff like that. If they brought it back, Hear Her. And you know what I liked about Hear Her? We gotta give. Can we all put some flowers in the chat? We gotta give Hear Her flowers, because no matter if Hear Her was wrong or right, she stood on what she believed. Even when it was unpopular, she would say what needed to be said. I think her downfall was getting involved with like those girls who she thought were her friends, and they ended up flipping on her. Because that's another thing. See, I wonder, is this going to be talked about in Maggie season 1 through 5? Excuse me. Like, are they going to talk about like all the people that came through Hear Her and now they are in her, on, for example, did y'all know that Income and Opinion came from Hear Her channel? The one that I call EO, Income and Opinion, she came from Hear Her channel. Did you know that? I bet y'all didn't know that, huh? Yeah, a lot of those girls, they came from Hear Her. Hear Her is their mama. That's their mama. Mama Hear Her. She birthed them. Let me play my favorite commercial. Hold on. Let me play my commercial. Hold on. They was with Hear Her first. And then they wanted to be on the popular crew. So yeah, they went to Trees and stuff like that afterwards, but they were with Hear Her. They came during that time. Remember when Legina's family? So Legina family, Legina, who was supposed to be Aaliyah and R. Kelly's mom, Is that going to be in the documentary, Legina? So they had all went on Hear Her's channel or whatever, right? And then Hear Her had went away for like a month, and then all those girls went over to the other side, and they went to like Trees and everybody else. Is that going to be in the thing? See, you got to know the history. But let me play my favorite commercial. Hold on.
Somebody called me and they said that this a source called me, said that 82 bad views, the not bad views, because they was pointing me to the point like, Wally, see when they got done live, they only got 3 comments but all of them views, so that means they bad views. I'm like, oh,
come on now, Wiley, I could have told you, that, and I'm like, oh,
I
know,
wow.
HQ was buying his views. The ratios don't make sense. It don't make sense. How you reach a new milestones with subscribers, but your numbers are still the same? Like, I ain't never seen AP2 with like 10K views, 5K views. I've never seen that. I've seen that with like 1,000.
And then what gets me with that situation, he said, how can I be jealous of someone that's buying views? I can't be jealous of that because I know that's.
How you gonna be jealous of your son? You work him.
Oh Lord, thank
you. That girl is funny. I know who that girl is now. That girl is hilarious. I was all like, you know what? I gotta give her credit. That shit was funny. And that's the other thing too. People don't realize, like, even if it's an insult, I still will give you credit if it's funny, you know? They did have issues. No, I swear Hear Her was with not Hear Her, I'm sorry. EO was with Hear Her first, right? That also happened on Don't Tell Me, Tell It to the Mountaintop. Yeah. So Don't Tell Me, Tell It to the Mountaintop. This is what happened. So Hear Her had like a difference of opinion, right? And Don't Tell Me, Tell It on the Mountaintop was all like, there was somebody on her panel, right, who said, why don't you go get your own channel or something like that? And so then that's when Hear Her got her own channel. And in Hear Her's intro on all her videos, it was like one day there was a girl and she told, oh, it was Val. Oh, yeah, it was the evangelist. Yeah. So she told her like, oh, go get your own show or something like that. And she had this like in her intro. So yeah. And why do you call her EO? Because that's what I call her. EO. Yeah, it was Val. So that's when she started her own channel. Yeah. See, and y'all help me put it fit in the pieces and shit like that. Are y'all sure EO did not come from whatchamacallit, Hear Her? Because remember Miss Taylor Baby? Remember her? Do y'all remember Miss Taylor Baby? She came from Hear Her. Like there was a lot of them girls that came from Hear Her. That's their mama. That's their mama right there. Y'all better give her a Mother's Day gift. Darcy, she got a question for you. Tell Simon. I'm not that familiar with EO, but I love that her name is Candy. EO was always on her own. No, Brady, no, she wasn't always on her own. No, she was on the nipple. She was definitely on the nipple. She was birthed. She got birthed. Taylor, St. Hudson, Sky, I remember them on Hear Her. There was no EO. Are you sure there was? Okay. Well, let me say this. If you Hear Her, if you're listening, please clarify. So we'll leave that up, for interpretation and everything like that. No, EO was in her own. Yeah, you see, y'all don't know y'all history. Y'all need to. Y'all acting like magic. Y'all don't know shit. Watch I be wrong. What's up, Miss Kitty? What's up, Joy? Yeah. Damn, watch I be wrong. Shit. Listen, EO is not going to tell us if Hear Her was her mama. She's gonna be like, oh no, I was never over there. So I don't think I can even ask her. I gotta find somebody I can ask. I'm gonna find someone I can ask, y'all, because you know, I think I'm right. Don't do anything to you remember it wrong. I was a hero watcher until she started playing nonstop Christmas music. Wait, she was playing Christmas music? HH came to EO's panel one time. That's it. Well, okay, because I remember EO and Hear Her having a falling out, right? What was they falling out over? Like they had to have some kind of or was it because of Trees? Let me call Trees right now. I don't have Trees' number. I probably gotta go to station head. Yeah, like Trees, can you come over here real quick? Christmas music was her last live. Oh, yep, they fell out over Trees, I believe. Thanks for these videos. I remember staying up all night to get the tea and see. Yeah, no problem. I'm telling you, those, even though it was traumatic, those are like fun times because, you know, we were innocent and we didn't know any better, right? And I think a lot of people feel like, oh, I did this wrong. I wish I could change this. I don't wish I could change shit because I had to learn from all my mistakes to become better. And look where I am now. For a while, everything that I happened was because, for a while, everything that I happened was because of Trees. Stephanie, was that English? Are you saying because you were? I thought you found me because of the TI videos and stuff like that. Hear Her went live and put Taylor Baby's name in the title. EO went over to Hear Hers to fuck with her that in defense of Taylor Baby. Oh. I can't remember why the fallout happened, but Hear Her was cool with EO. Was cool. EO is cool. Yeah, they had some kind of falling out. So, because you have to at least have some kind of interaction with somebody to have a falling out. I gotta go back and figure out. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back in my bag and like figure out some stuff like that. But I think, even though 100% of y'all are telling me I'm wrong, I feel that. I feel like I'm right about that though. Oh, I remember it was actually about Sky Blue. She said she accidentally cashed out Hear Her, and Hear Her thought it was a setup. Sky swore up and down it was an accident. Then they started calling her rude. Oh. Okay, so that was how they all got intertwined with each other. Absolutely right. Dang. I don't really talk about EO like that, so I don't have any videos of me at least to reference, you know, because I want to say around that time in 2000, I already had like close to 10,000 subscribers, so I wasn't like heavily, you know, in there like that. Like I didn't. I don't want y'all to take this wrong, but you know, AT2 has always been able to talk about the drama and things that have gone on, but I also have been able to pivot. So like the people that I was fighting with at like that level, I was always above them. So it made more sense for me to fight with people that were above me than people who were either at the same level or below me, because that'd be giving too much credence. So, you know, I didn't really wall up in the mud like that, you know? Thank you, Candy. Like, I didn't really have to. I did it because I wanted to be petty and I love terrorizing people. You know, we haven't terrorized for the new year, but I love terrorizing people. That's why I did it. But other than that, I never really cared to like, I wasn't on the phone with people or in the DMs. That's why I never got caught up in that group chat shit. You know, there's a lot of people who got caught up in that group chat stuff and they were sending messages talking shit about people. Y'all ain't never seen my DMs leaked. Right? Nick said, all I know is Hear Her made 20 different YouTube channels. Yeah, she did because her face couldn't get it. Yeah. And that was the thing too, because Danny would take the channels, but I'm all like, bitch, don't you need to fight with her? Like, you need her. I'm just being honest, y'all. You can't report the person that you need to fight with. Like, you got to keep them on the platform so you got somebody to fight with. I'm just saying. That's why they don't like me, y'all. I be telling too much truth. That's why they hate me. I be telling too much truth. They were like, ain't you true? Who said that? Well, it's the truth. I didn't lie about it. She was getting reported by a lot of people. Yeah, she was, definitely. You know. Don't be certain. There's a lot of moving parts in this sector. Yeah. Do you know who I am? Yeah, you're Jella. Yeah. You've always been Jella, right? Wait, were you here? Are you here? Wait. No, Jella, I talked to you because you live in California. Let me just say that. Marcella called the crazy hospital on it. Yo, I forgot all about that. You know, and that's another thing. Is Maggie going to interview Marcella? Because I feel like Marcella wouldn't do it because Marcella would have to admit to too much shit. So yeah, she wouldn't do that. That would just put her back in the hot seat. Wait, y'all got some y'all don't have the beef in the chat. At least let me drop the link and then y'all can fight on my panel. But don't have the beef in the chat. I'll be getting confused and stuff like that when y'all be having beef. You know, just ask for the link so y'all can cuss each other out on my panel. Shoot, let me get some dollars, you know. Me and Jella are sisters. Oh, okay. Got you. Melanie Jones, right? You know, shout out to Melanie Jones. I don't have no beef with her. I get Melanie Jones got me blocked, by the way. But we have a mutual because of Nomad, right? And she's the moderator for Nomad. So that's the time that I see her. Other than that, I don't see her. So yeah, but I don't have any hate for the lady, you know. I just want her to get a new storyline. That's it. Can you just get a new storyline? Come on, Mel. Just get you a new storyline. That's it. I don't care about nothing else. Just get you a new storyline. I ain't cussing that heifer out. She just said wrong shit. Okay, got you. How does your mentee have you blocked? Oh, Princess, I don't want to go down that road. And that's the other thing too. Can we clear this up? Melanie was never my mentee. That was like an actual friend. Like she was never my mentee. You know, she was never my mentee at all. That was a friend. You know, or we had a parasocial relationship. Because here's the thing: how was I her mentee when actually she was under Night and Day? Night and Day would have been her mentee, her mentors, if anything, more than I was. She would leave my show and go to their show. So that's her. That's actually who her mentees would be. The storyline in 2026. Yo, who thought in 2026 that Monica, All About the Tea, would be the story. You know how like people how all movies are like remakes or prequels or sequels. Well, this is what we're doing right now. We bringing back an old school movie and remaking it called All About the Tea. I'm not familiar with Melanie. I just know Val called her. Yeah, she did. She did. Rosie, he said I'm on it for Homegirl. That's true. Yeah, I didn't lie about that. Yeah. You're not supposed to try to suck your men. I'm glad I read that, Princess, before I put that. Ay, ay, ay. Is she still on YouTube? Yeah, she's still on YouTube. You talking about Melanie, right? It's just that when she was under AT2, she was popping. So, maybe that's a clue that, she needs to, apologize and come back to AT2 and she'll be popping again, right? Rose T, you trying to be messy AT2. She wants to remind you that I used to mock. Oh, that's what's going on. Okay. I didn't realize it. Oh, yeah, you were part of that, Jella. Yeah, you used to mod for her. Yeah, arguing with EO about JR. Yeah. And don't worry, they're still arguing. Please don't invite that girl back. Y'all wrong. Y'all wrong. Oh man. Listen, but here's the thing, and shout out to Libra Love. But y'all don't want me to have any friends because all the people that I brought over, y'all don't like. I'm just gonna be completely honest. Like all the people I can think of, y'all all hated them. Like I don't think y'all like anybody that I've ever like became cool with or friends with. I think more or less you tolerated it, right? This even goes with a situation right now because now I have moved forward and it's like those old relationships, I'm not bringing those back, right? So, with that being said, I see some of my friends trying to be cool with people who are not good for them. And I'm all like, no, leave this person back in 2025. They're still the same shitty person. Like, don't bring them to the future. In your face. Thank you, Rose T. I appreciate that. Thank you. Ooh, she said $10 wasted. We like Naughty, we like Couture, we like Steph Cuzzo. Yes, yeah, you guys do. Yeah, you guys do like them. Yeah, I love both of them. Here's the thing. In 2026, I am going to be more protective of my platform. I feel like I gave a lot of people chances and opportunities, and I've never gotten anything out of it. Not that I ever asked, like, oh, you need to give me something, but just knowing how people have took advantage of my kindness and kind of mistook that for a weakness. Don't worry, that will never happen again. As soon as I realize what they're doing, they're completely cut off and they're blocked. So you guys won't have to worry about that again. And by the way, I'm pretty sure after this video, there's going to be a response from Maggie. I don't mind. I don't mind. Well, honestly, I think it's going to be a response from a lot of them because I done talked some shit. I done talked some shit in this video. But anyway, you guys, shout out to y'all, Godmama, hear her. Shout out to everybody who has been supporting me. I am sorry that I am not doing the documentary anymore, unless we can talk some money. I am not doing the documentary anymore. I hope everybody finds their peace, live better lives. I'm lost. I feel like, how do these people connect to Monica? You mean like who? Well, here's the thing, Candy. Here's how everybody connects because so the panel, and maybe I should explain. Oh, and thank you for the 9.99. So this is what happened. So the panel broke up, right? And then all the panelists went their separate ways and they found other homes. So then the person that kind of took control of the quote unquote investigation was then Nosy. And this was kind of she was kind of helped by Marcella, right? And so then this kind of ushered in everybody else as far as the don't tell me, tell it on the mountaintop. Candy Shop, I would even say you were birthed, she birthed you. Candy Shop, I would even say, a lot of people were birthed during that time. They hear hers. Remember, is Andrea Nelson here? Remember Andrea? Andrea. Red Label. Remember, he came from the goddess Raven. Remember, Red Label was birthed during that time. A lot of y'all were birthed. I was already here, but well, a lot of y'all was birthed during that time. So with that being said, it kind of, and then as far as like the newer people like who came in the last few years, they kind of sprouted from the people that were here during that time. That's how everybody comes into play, right? But not everybody is a part of specifically the Monica all about the tea stuff. Not all of them. And I think that brings Princess to her point of like, these people weren't even here, so what the hell are they doing talking about it? Oh wow, where is Goddess Raven? Is she still around? I don't know what happened to her. I'll have to ask Bossy because I know Bossy was friends with her. Her and Red Label had a falling out like way in the beginning, so I don't know. I don't even remember what happened with them. But remember, they had a falling out. Like Red Label, all the girls used to like him because he would go on Goddess Raven channel and like take his shirt off and oil his chest and rub his nipples and shit like that. And so that's how Red Label kind of got his start. I'm not making this up, y'all. I don't know if the videos are still, but I wouldn't lie to you guys, right? So again, I might get stuff inaccurate, but I wouldn't lie to you, right? On purpose, at least. So this is how he got his start and shit like that, Who, Storm Monroe? No, not Storm. No. Red Label. The one where oh, I deleted that commercial. Yeah, I deleted it. Oh, I met Deb and Red on Goddess Raven. Maggie can talk on her situation. Yeah, exactly. And I think that's how we all feel. Like, yeah, your situation with Danny, yeah, talk about that. But, as far as like trying to tell certain people's story, like, nah, he was not rubbing oil on himself, but he was naked. Okay, so he was naked, but he didn't have any oil. No body oil. Princess, you should do a deep dive. I agree. Red was Raven's Man of the Month. I see. I told you I wasn't lying. Yeah, but that's where Red Label came from. Any other questions before we get out of here? Any questions that's not going to get me in trouble? Maggie got tired of talking about being an online member of a cult. Yes, the one that joined a cult from her kitchen. Yes, that one. Mm-hmm. I have a video where I talk about that yeesh for 3 hours. Damn. Wait, which one? Which one? Are you talking about Raven? Oh, let me see who Princess is talking about. No, you wasn't lying. I was there. See, ding, 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 ding. See, the people know I wasn't lying. Okay, Princess probably walked away. I was trying to figure out who she was talking about. Who did she cuss out for 3 hours? All right, y'all. We're going to go ahead and end the show right there. I appreciate y'all for being here. Good luck to everybody doing their own stories and documentaries. Hey, I ain't mad at y'all. I'm just not going to be a part of it. Deuces, everybody. We out.